Hey everybody, my name is Joe Bladdock. I'm joined here today with Sam Thompson, mortgage agent with us here at Mega Mortgage. How are you, Sam, today?
I'm doing good, Joe. How are you doing today?
Oh, not too bad, Sam. Thanks for joining me today on our reaction video series. I'm really excited to get into these videos today and looking forward to have you on the video today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. These reaction videos are quite cool. It gives us a bit of an insight into what other people might be seeing in the media, and it gives us a chance to, address the topic, see if it's more sensational news or, if it's something they can trust. So I'm excited today.
Awesome, Sam. Well, let's get right into it. Let's get started. So this article today that I'm going to share today with everyone here, you can see here record lumber prices. I'm sure a lot of you have seen people posting pieces of wood on the Facebook asking them to trade for a motorcycle or Starbucks or something like that. I recently saw a piece of wood like this big on Facebook. Someone was asking to trade for a Starbucks drink that was about $10. So it's kind of funny. But it's very true because record high lumber prices are hitting the market. And I know this because we have a few clients that are building a home and their costs have skyrocketed.
Mm.
So it looks like the lumber supply is low and the demand keeps rising. And that is true. I don't know about you, Sam, but we've been stuck at home for quite a long time. And
Yes.
I know that there's a lot of people right now out there that are looking at getting their decks redone or adding on a deck or something regarding that. That's
Mhm.
driving up lumber prices. People are renovating their home to make extra living space. That's driving up lumber prices. And obviously, we have a supply issue in Canada with housing. So they're trying to build more homes, but the lumber prices are very high.
Mhm.
All right. So looking at it here, as you see, they make some comments about the housing sector, but specifically, if you're looking at buying a house or specifically building a house in Canada, lumber like 2x4s has doubled since 2018. Isn't that
Wow.
ridiculous, Sam?
That is, and it might not seem like a lot, but when you factor in you're building an entire house, it translates translates to quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of 2x4s in a house. I don't
That's
know how
right.
many exactly. I'm not a builder, but I imagine there would be more than a few.
Right.
So yeah, so looking at this here, cost of lumber has doubled, but in some markets in Canada and Ontario, we're seeing that lumber even has tripled in price. Speaking with a few of our clients that are building their own home, that is correct. So who knows if this will be a long-term issue, but it's the what's causing this issue is COVID-19. It's affected about every industry. There's been a lot of slowdowns, which has affected production, whether that's cutting down trees or sending those trees to the US to mill the lumber, or whether it is those lumber mills just being slowed down and they just have less available. And as you know, Sam, there's been a lot of stimulus put into the economy.
Absolutely, there has been,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and then people have more money now, and especially if they're at home, the stimulus checks went out, and they're just buying lumber to help them create more living space. So
Mhm.
looking at this, if you're looking at building a 2,500 square foot home, it's over $30,000 in additional material just for lumber.
Wow.
Yeah, and in a smaller townhome, it's only $10,000 more lumber, but that's still quite a bit.
Yeah, that is a lot. Wow.
As you see, we have here a contractor and his head is exploding. Yeah. But you know what? This is one of those articles, Sam, that I think, as much as it is, we see a lot of sensational articles out there. This one specifically, I think it's actually truthful. It's actually showing
Mhm.
the correct point of what's going on here. I mean, look at here. We have empty lumber shelves in Waterloo, Ontario. And I know Waterloo, Kitchener, Cambridge, Guelph, that whole region has experienced such a big demand in housing recently.
Mm.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to new home prices as this carries on, because new home prices will have to reflect the increased cost of lumber. It's not like the builders are going to absorb that very well. The builders don't really make very much money as it is. They spend a lot in permits, a lot in development fees, a lot in just the contractor and the trades. So they'll be passing that on to the consumers. And what's that going to mean? Sam, that's
Mm.
going to mean that we're going to have a lot higher prices for new homes, which will then be compared to the existing homes. So we'll probably
Right.
keep the market going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it looks like it's not a Canadian phenomenon. It's also happening in the States too. And they're talking about bottlenecks of supply that clear over time. So maybe after COVID is done, maybe the bottlenecks will disappear and we won't have any more worries in the future. Maybe this is a temporary spike, but I've seen articles saying things like wait until next year to build a deck or the year after to build a deck. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, COVID's been around for a while, hasn't it, Sam?
That's right. Yeah, it's a hard thing to predict. So, we'll see what the outcome of it is. But I think definitely, like you're saying, an immediate effect we're likely going to see is that extra cost has to be shared somewhere. So likely, a lot of people should expect to pay more almost for a built home.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll even see building homes slow down for the time being as the supply is like this, and maybe the builders will wait until people go back to spending money on what they're used to, so the lumber
Right.
supply gets better.
Mhm.
Mhm. Anyway, Sam, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. This has been another reaction video. Sam Thompson, mortgage agent with Joe Bladdock Mortgage Broker. Thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you later. Drop a comment below or subscribe to our channel.